How to onboard and secure a passenger who uses a wheelchair. Before helping your passenger into the vehicle, be sure to always ask them how they want to be helped. And only touch or push the wheelchair if the passenger requests that you do so. Now stop. When communicating with your passenger, it is very important to use respectful, person-first language that acknowledges the person first and their disability second. You can say, person who uses a wheelchair. Do not say, wheelchair passenger or wheelchair bound. Also, never say, handicapped or crippled. Always speak directly to the passenger and not to their companion or aide. Okay, now that you know the do's and don'ts of communicating with your passenger, let's move on to onboarding. Press the front retractor release button. Then, pull out the front floor securements. Remember that not all wheelchairs are the same. Always secure the hook to the frame and never to the footrest, armrest, or the wheels. It is okay to ask the passenger where to place the securements. Hook the front floor securements to a solid part on the frame of the wheelchair. This keeps the wheelchair and passenger safe and secure. Now that your securements are attached correctly, let's move on. If the passenger asks for help, roll the wheelchair up the ramp. Always stand behind the wheelchair. Once the passenger is safely inside the vehicle, ask the passenger to lock their brakes, if the wheelchair has brakes. Some wheelchairs do not have brakes, so make sure you're extra careful when attaching the securements. Press the front retractor release button. Next, hook the rear floor securements to the back frame of the wheelchair. The securements should make a 45-degree angle with the floor. To make sure the wheelchair is secure, ask the passenger to unlock the wheelchair brakes and ask if you can gently push and pull on the wheelchair to make sure the securements are tight. Then, ask the passenger to lock the brakes. Remember to tell the passenger what you are doing or let them test the securements themselves. Now that the wheelchair is secure, take the lap belt out of storage and attach it to the rear floor securements. Before attaching the shoulder belt to the lap belt, ask permission before you reach across the passenger. After you ask, connect the shoulder and lap belt. Remember to let the passenger buckle themselves and help if the passenger requests it. It's very important to tell the passenger what you are doing so they know what to expect. Finally, lift and fold the ramp to vertical position until the tailgate latches. Shake the gate slightly to make sure it's locked. Then close the doors. And now you're ready to go. Ask for the destination if you don't already have it, and start the trip. Remember, you should only start the meter once the passenger is safely secured in the vehicle. Now for some key tips. Always say what you're doing to the passenger before you do it. This is an easy way to give great customer service, and it makes a difference. Know your vehicle's equipment, and don't be afraid to ask about the passenger's mobility equipment. Remember, the passenger is the expert with their wheelchair, just as you are the expert with the equipment in the vehicle. Don't rush. Make sure you go through each step so that the passenger is safe and secure. During the trip, be sure to drive safely because the passenger will feel any sharp turns or bumps taken too quickly. Use all 4 floor securements and the lap belt and shoulder belts to make sure the passenger and wheelchair are safe and secure. Complete these steps for every passenger and wheelchair.